gonna slide that up real quick. Oh no, it's going the wrong way. Go the other way, dumbo. Alright, man, I'm driving home from work right now, and it's late. I stayed at the office late, and the reason I'm staying at the office late is because it's the last week. It's Monday of the last week of the month, and I gotta finish strong. Sales haven't been the best all year, honestly. It's April right now, and I've had to work 3 times as hard to make the same amount of sales, and I can make all the excuses in the world, but really what it comes down to is the economy it's been so good and it's been so easy that anybody that was willing to work relatively hard was doing good for themselves. But every once in a while, market's correct. And that's not to say, oh, we're in a recession, it's hard, you can't make it. You can make it. And the people that are going to work and double down and work 3 times as hard to make the same amount of sales, I guarantee you not everybody's doing that. So that shit is going to pay off. And that's what people don't realize is you don't have to work 24/7. You don't have to kill yourself, because the truth is you just got to get better, and you just got to learn more, and you got to learn how to leverage more, and you got to work harder than yourself, than your competition. But really what it comes down to is you just got to not quit, because if you just simply don't quit, there's no way you're gonna lose. Like, if you don't quit, if you're playing an infinite game whenever other people are playing finite games, like, oh, I gotta work hard to make 100K and then I'll stop, or I gotta work hard to look good and get a 6-pack and then I'll stop. Like, it's not a game that you can quit. It's not a game that you can get the results and stop doing, because if you do that, the person that's gonna eat right and go to the gym, not to get a 6-pack, but just because they're gonna do it for the rest of their life, it's a habit that they want to adopt, that motherfucker's gonna beat you, not only in the short term, but in the long term too. The motherfucker that wants to just work hard because their life's mission is just to change as many lives, and they love that shit, and they love working hard, and they love, the feeling whenever they get off work, and they love the feeling of doing the hard shit so that their life's easy instead of doing the easy shit so that their life's hard. That motherfucker's gonna win in the long term and in the short term. And that's what motherfuckers don't realize is it's a war. It's a war that you have to go to war every single day in order to accomplish those. You have to choose the hard route. Even when it gets hard, you have to choose the hard route so that it makes it easy. Because eventually it's going to be easy. It's not going to be hard forever. You do the hard shit long enough, your life's not going to be hard anymore. Unless you're doing hard drugs. Don't do that hard shit. Do the good hard shit. And if you do that shit long enough, your life's going to get easy. In the best way possible. Not in, you're going to be able to retire and shit like that. Shit, you could retire. I wouldn't recommend it. I see a lot of motherfuckers that retire, they end up dying the next couple years because they don't have a mission. And that's what people don't realize is it's about that mission, and it's about that infinite game. It's about always going, and it's about doing the hard shit. Because, man, I reached out to a buddy of mine today and just wishing him well. Wishing him, hey, I hope you're doing well type stuff. And this is a dude that I love him to death, but he chose the easy route. And I feel like that's what love is. Love isn't lies. I always hear that. Love isn't lies. Love is telling people the hard truth. And the hard truth is he chose the easy route. And now his life's not too easy. It could have been if he stuck with what I put him onto. It could have been. But he told me that he compares everything that he does now to the opportunity I gave him. And I think that was that was personified. What I'm saying is, if you choose the easy route, your life's going to be hard. If you choose the hard route is sticking in it whenever you're not doing too good, when you're not crushing sales. Relatively speaking, he was crushing sales. It was his first sales job. He didn't even know everything about the product, and he was doing good. So relatively, he was doing good, but it's about keeping that perspective. Shit, I'm the same way. Sometimes I get in my head and I'm like, fuck, I'm not doing too good. Here's the thing about here's the thing about imposters, is imposters never feel like imposters, and it's always the real motherfuckers that do feel like imposters. It's always the real motherfuckers that are actually accomplishing shit. They've done it, astronomical things in their life, that they try to justify their results. They try to say, oh, maybe it was luck, maybe I didn't deserve this, maybe I'm that's the real motherfuckers. It's never the imposters that feel like imposters. It's always the real motherfuckers that feel like imposters, and it's always the imposters that don't. I probably drove that point home a little bit way too much, but that's what I'm trying to say is I get in my head and I don't think big picture, and I'm like, fuck, sales have been down, I get in my head and I start doubting myself and shit like that. But when you zoom out, dude, life is so good. Like, our struggles are so minuscule. They're so small. Like, in the grand scheme of things, if a bad month for me is making 15 grand, bro, you know how many people would kill to have a good month that they make 15 grand? Another dude that I just gave an opportunity to, he's working with us now. I didn't know what they were starting him out at. I knew it was going to be salary. I knew it was going to be a straight commission right away. I didn't know what it was going to be, and he told me today it was $2,500 per month. And, dude, he was ecstatic. He was like, that's $1,000 more than what I'm making bartending. And that put things into perspective for me is dude, our problems are so... they're so small in the grand scheme of things. There's motherfuckers... I don't even want to just go the Africa route. Like, there's motherfuckers in every country. There's motherfuckers in this city that I'm in right now that probably don't know where their food's coming from, where their next meal's coming from. And I'm stressing about having a bad month. But here's the thing, good is good whenever you expect good, but good's not good whenever you expect great. So I think that's part of what makes me great, is never being satisfied. But here's the caveat. The caveat is you have to be grateful. You have to be grateful for where you're at. Not satisfied. Don't be satisfied. I'm not satisfied with my bad months, but I am grateful. I'm grateful that my bad month is somebody else's best record-breaking month. I'm grateful that my bad month, I can still put food on the table, and honestly, put money back. Like, I'm not even losing money at that point. I don't spend 15 grand a month. I don't. And I'm grateful for that. But I guess what I'm trying to say is choose happiness. I didn't mean to say that. I just read a text that said happiness. That's cool, choose happiness, but choose the hard stuff. Choose the hard stuff so that your life becomes easy. If you consistently do the hard stuff over and over again, your life will become easy. Keep everything big picture too. Realize how good you're doing. Don't get in your head. The only way you lose is if you quit. And just keep grinding, dog, because we're going places. Shit, I'm talking to myself and I'm talking to you too. We're going places, baby. So keep everything big picture. Choose the hard shit. Buckle down. Realize that the adversity is what makes us strong. The adversity is what gives us the results. It's not in good times that you find out who you are. It's in bad times that you find out who you are. And it's not even find, it's who you build yourself to be. Whether you choose to be a bitch whenever times come, hard times come, whether you choose to be strong and keep going, you get to build yourself. Every single time adversity happens, a bad time happens, you get to choose. You get to make a choice. Even if that's not what you did in the past, you get to choose every single time it happens. And every single time that you choose strength, that you choose to keep going, that you choose discipline, that you choose doing the hard shit, that you choose doing stuff that you don't even feel like doing, it builds you up. And it builds you into a person that you want to be. The biggest thing that you can do is become the person that you admire, and then give that person back to the world. Become the greatest version of yourself and give that person back to the world. And what that requires, at least for me, is not being a soft motherfucker. Not just following my emotions. Not doing what I feel like doing. But doing shit intentionally, and doing shit logically, and doing shit in a way that gets me the results and helps me become who I want to be. This dumbass motherfucker driving. Hey, but I can't even let people have power over me like that, because when you react like that to somebody like that, perfect example, they got power over you and they don't got power over me. I'm just trying to drive and talk and get home, and inspire, really. But I think y'all got the summary. Let's get it. Keep going, baby. Keep pushing. Earn it.